No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.
Switch me on and let's switch it up. Hey there, Slutties, and welcome to another episode of the Suburban Slut Podcast, your home for kinkery, sluttery, fuckery, and everything in between. I am your fantastic host, Sammy Switch, and welcome back to the neighborhood. Slide on in and let's get a little cozy, shall we? Tonight's episode, my God, the candle. They say to burn it at both ends. Nay, I take that as a personal challenge. I break that bitch into half, light it 4 ways to Sunday, and I have like a straight up candle bonfire going right now as we are launching into part 2 of our 4-part docu-series. It's a podcast, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's part 2 of 4 of our road to Exxxotica Chicago 2026. And my God, do we have a packed fucking show tonight. And spoiler alert, the next 2 weeks of episodes, there's going to be so much Suburban Slut inside you. It's going to be coming out every orifice in the best sexy way possible. So let's not fucking hesitate. Let's get a little naked and get a little cozy. But before we do, you know what we got to do? We got to start the show off. We got to give shout outs. We got to give information. We got to let everyone know what's going on. So, of course, right off the top of the bat, Exxxotica Chicago. We are officially 16 days away from the greatest and wettest event in the Midwest. It is Exxxotica Chicago, April 10th through 12th at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in lovely Rosemont, Illinois. Yeah, they'll say Chicago, it's Rosemont. It's the same thing with Allstate Arena. It's technically Rosemont, but people would always say it's in Chicago. It's like a skip hop down the street. It's fine. It's fine. We're working with this. But I want you to come indulge in the stage shows, in the seminars, the interactive dungeon, and of course, meeting your favorite stars and content creators alike, which we've already had a few on the show, and there's so many more coming. Can't wait for you to see them come. It's so good. So good. So yeah. And of course, Exxxotica, ladies free, Friday. I don't think there's like an ID check or like, hey, show us your vagina. You know, ladies are free Friday. So if you're a lady, come on down Friday, get in free, and come enjoy yourself. And of course, new this year at Exxxotica, something very near and dear to my slutty little heart is we bring you a new area. And that area is none other than, of course, Spark by Exxxotica. And this, of course, is powered by Exxxotica, where pleasure is healing, care is radical, and community is everything. You cannot get more queer than that. I've tried. You can't. It is like peak queerness. So introducing Spark, it isn't a booth, it's a full spectrum sanctuary. Inside Spark, you can find sexual wellness meets radical care, free HIV and STI testing, harm reduction, and queer affirming support are front and center. Kink curiosity comes alive in the slay ground. You will find me mostly probably in the slay ground, I'm not going to lie. It's hands-on demos, consent games, and aftercare that actually cares. Art, drag, burlesque, and erotic expression turn the main stage into a living, breathing celebration. And community resources, mutual aid, and survivor-centered healing remind you you're never navigating this alone. So from stretch zones to sensory safe spaces, from resource walls to live kink cabaret, this isn't just education. It's embodiment. It's liberation. It's connection with teeth and tenderness. So come join us where your pleasure is sacred and your support system is too. Spark. It's not just a movement. It's a movement. It's not just a movement. It's a movement. There goes my typos. Yes, spark. It's not just a moment. It's a movement. I'm going to get that fixed next time. I'm so sorry. But, you know, I don't like to edit. And I like to leave raw Sammy inside you. So I'll fix it later. And, of course, plugs before we get up and running and get a little handsy with each other, shall we? How can you support the show and grow the neighborhood you love so much? Well, like finds like, and this is where that like can find other slutties supporting the show. Patreon.com, Suburban Slut Podcast. Yes, it is 18 and over. I cannot change that, and it's fine, because I wouldn't want to have to censor the goodies to attract more people. The people that want us will find us. So yes, it is a little harder to find us under the 18 and over, but if you research Suburban Slut Podcast, Patreon, you will find us. What you'll find there, you'll get exclusive content like Sammy's Side Quest, ad-free episodes, early access to interviews, and access to chat directly with other slutties alike. Now, for such a gift, some would say, my God, what is that, like $20 a month? No, I'm $20. Get out of here. I love my slutties. I love my community. I love everything we've built and done together. For the simple cost of $5 a month, you get all that access. And you can't beat that with a stick. I mean, you could try. Maybe it's into that. I don't know. You're going to have to talk to it directly and see, you know, have a conversation about limits, about, you know, soft nose, hard nose, all that stuff. I digress. And as always, what can you really get for $5 a month? I tell you what you can't get. Poppers. I just had to order my new poppers for Exxxotica, and they were shipped from a lovely, lovely site. I'll give them a shout out because you can look them up. Jock Locker. And yeah, great selection, great discreet shipping. Make sure to give them a shout out here at some point. Yeah, and maybe then get some free poppers. I'm just saying. But yes, so yeah, $5 a month. Hell of a deal. And you support the show. You support us getting new equipment. You support us going on adventures, side quests, everything. So thank you. And of course, merch. Yes, the Slutties demanded merch. I've gotten so many emails. Where can I show everyone that I'm a proud suburban slut and that my favorite show is, you know, out there? Well, first of all, thank you. It's very sweet of you. And of course, you can get our fresh new merch, suburban-slut-podcast.myspreadshop.com. They put the hyphens in between each word, so it's like suburban-slut-podcast. But again, if you give a good old Google, or just tie this in right here, our Instagram and X/Twitter, our link tree is on both of those. Instagram, Suburban Slut Podcast, X/Twitter at Suburban Slut Pod. You can find the link tree for links to merch, to our Love Ends promo discount code, which is $10 off your Love Ends purchase. So I know recently Emma was on the show, and you're going to be hearing her in just a little bit. Oh, the crush is real. The crush is real. They were talking about Love Ends, and I absolutely made sure that they were aware. If, hey, go on my link tree and you'll get $10 off if you want to get that Love Ends toy that you've been dying to try. Alrighty, so we got the merch, we got the Patreon, we got the Instagram, we got the X. Fat Life, Sammy Switch, that's my personal kinky page there. If you want to interact and chitty chat, full consent, send me a friend request, send me a message. On Facebook as Sammy Switch, or the podcast page, Suburban Slut Podcast, with lives coming soon. Again, thank you to, over the past week, we've had a boom in followers, in likes. I absolutely tip my hat off to the Painted Lady for coming on the show, because I think they have a following. They are not aware of how big that following is because, we've got a lot of new people on Instagram following us, a lot more downloads, so we are picking up steam just like they are. So again, Painted Lady, love you. Cannot wait to see you at Exxxotica. And of course, YouTube, if you want the YouTube versions of the show, they are there for listening. The video recordings is very tricky. YouTube is very, very sensitive, and I don't want to piss them off. So videos and stuff will stay on our Patreon for now until I can find a nice balance. So, but yes, if you have YouTube, you can go watch us there. And of course, wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Our Heart Radio, did not just have a stroke there, I promise. iHeartRadio and Pandora. Pretty much anywhere you go for podcasts, you'll find the Suburban Slut. So follow us, like us, subscribe, give a great review if you think I've earned it with the content and the people I bring on the show. And most importantly, every week, boys, girls, theys, thems, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the community. I want to hear from people that listen to the show. Tell me your thoughts, confessions, questions, play the Would You Rather games, or you can even do your own version of foreplay and send it my way. Whatever you want, I'm here to talk to you about it. So please don't hesitate. suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. And even if it's something you don't want read on the air, by all means, just say, hey, Sammy, I prefer you not read this on the air. And I won't, but I'll still respond to you because you took the time to message me. I'm going to take the time to message you. Because that's what, that's how it goes. All right, now for the sponsors area of the show. This is, of course, the section where people that contribute to the show, whether it be access, whether it be goodies, giveaways. I always like to give a shout out to the people. It's not like a official, ongoing sponsor thing, but they give to the show and they deserve to get something back, of course. Exxxotica Chicago. Get your tickets now at exoticaexpo.com. Come for the stars. Literally, they may ask you to. Stay for the panels and play in the interactive dungeon. Chicago, April 10th through 12th at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. And yes, one more time, I am going to be on hand all 3 days. I am starting to take bookings for interviews, for sit downs. I am going to be staying at the host hotel. I'm going to bring a new mic setup and hope for the best. And so far right now, Painted Lady and of course Emma, who you're going to hear later tonight, they came up with a very I am not going to spoil it. They came up with the most awesomest, sluttiest, hottest fucking idea for a podcast segment. And we're going to do that in 2.5 weeks. And that's all you're going to get. I'm not going to spoil what it is. The Exxxotica content is going to be off the fucking chain. I am going to be exhausted. I am going to be so happy. And again, Slutties, this is I don't know what the fuck the word is. I feel like the show is making it. I mean, I do this for fun. By all means, I still have a full-time job. I still go to the gym, raise my daughter, friendship with the ex, all that stuff. This is just an outlet for fun. I love talking about this stuff. I love giving you guys great content and giveaways and all that stuff. So I think Exxxotica, we're a little over a year into the show. I think this is going to be the make or break, they like to say, but there's so much good shit coming for you all. I cannot wait to share it. So, any hoozles. I will be putting out links probably tonight. Casting calls. If people want to come onto the show, I'm going to be doing on-site interviews as well. Quick rounds of foreplay for the convention. I'm going to work on that tonight. But yes, exoticaexpo.com. Grab your tickets. Come out and slutty it up with Sammy. Slutty it up with Sammy. Like that sound. What else? Of course, Boys Town West. The next party will be on April 3rd in Aurora. That's Not this Friday, next Friday, so less than 2 weeks. You know how fun the first one was. If you are in the Aurora, Illinois area or can make it to Aurora, Illinois, please go to friendsnightout.com, register for the event. You'll find all the directions there. And if not, if you need some type of help getting set up, reach out to me. I will more than gladly help you walk. I will more than gladly walk you through the registration process, how to secure your ticket. You know I will be working the door, and as soon as the doors are closed for the evening, I will be on the floor. I will be on the prowl, and hoping to get intimate with some guests. So please come on out for that event by all means. T-Duke on Instagram, still giving them a great shout out. That's at T-Duke, Tidouk, to see their lovely lingerie sets hosted by some of your favorite suburban slutties from the show. Lovin's the best vibes you can get in and out of bed. What's better than sneaky vibes making you quiver and squirm? Well, getting $10 off your purchase thanks to the Suburban Slut Podcast. Find our link for the coupon on our link tree on Instagram or Twitter X and start shopping on Lovin's and feel the vibes. Feel the vibes. Last but not least, sadly, so tonight was the Steamworks trans female presenting for male party. Life got away from me over the past few days. I'm very tired. Just have been doing a lot, and I do not have the spoons to make it tonight. So please stay tuned. Next month I will be more on hand. I am going to both the TM for male and the TF for male parties next month. I'll give a full steamy review. And yes, just a few more weeks. Unfortunately, tonight did not work out. And I will be there next month in April. Make sure to find which events work for you at steamworksbaths.com. All right. Well, that's done. Well, should we just close it out, call it a day? I mean, we can. I don't know, that was a good 10 minutes. No, we're not going to do that. Come on. All right, so let's talk. This week's episode, for the next few weeks, actually, I'm going to have to double up content. I took on 2 more interviews just this week, and I have 2 more to book. And my lovely honeybee, Queen Bee, she is patiently waiting in the wings for her episode. I can't wait to share her with you. The vibe is real, and you are going to fall in love with them so hard, just like I did. But that's going to be coming up soon. Tonight's episode, let me give you the preview. It is my absolute fucking pleasure to welcome Emma Marie, the Midwestern Milf, to the neighborhood tonight. Of course, she is also going to be at Exxxotica Chicago. I've already mentioned that, spoiler alert. But yes, I had a great time to sit down and chat with her, get to know more about her and her experiences, her content, and as a special gift to Emma, because I love my slutties. I love my content creators that, you know, are generous and give me their time. There is one section we talk about Indiana Milf. And Indiana Milf, I'm going to tag you on this post. Emma Marie is a huge fan. I am also a huge fan after Emma Marie introduced me to your page. Emma Marie really, one of her sexy wishes was to make content with you. So this is me and my humble attempt to bring 2 content creators together for hopefully something truly beautiful and magical. And we'll make credit cards burn up. People are going to be swiping them so fast to buy that content. So, Indiana Milf, Sammy Switch, lovely to meet you. Love your content. Maybe you can go check out our neighborhood slutty Emma Marie's page and maybe see if there might be some attraction there for both of you. So, and on top of Emma Marie, well, not literally on top. I mean, hey, things might get a little crazy in the next few weeks. We'll see. I also had a really awesome sit-down time with 2 people I've honestly looked up to since I began podcasting was Jay and V from Bang Bang Pineapple Gang. I've been talking to Jay for a few weeks, and handsome, nerdy guy, love him already. We are both big fans of sucking dick. So, I mean, already we're friends. I mean, we're like, hey, like finds like. And him and V both came on to the show, and we have a sit-down discussion coming up later tonight. It's about cliques in the lifestyle. And I'm going to talk about it briefly before I release that. But yes, cliques are very real. And it's something people should just be aware of. And I think that's what I'm hoping this segment will be, is a lot of lifestyle groups are ran by cliques. And it shouldn't be. It needs to be more open. It needs to be more inclusive, not exclusive. So we're going to jump onto that in just a few minutes. So we got Emma Marie, we got the Pineapple Gang. What's upcoming in the next few weeks? My God. Guys, girls, theys, thems. We have Honeybee, the queen bee, my honeybee. Her honey is so sweet. Yum, 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 yum. Big Booty Bambi is going to be coming in on the show. Good Boy Pup, Bridget Daniels. I'm working on, I know I said I was done. Every time I say I'm done, they pull me back in. It's like when you finish and they keep pulling you back in. You get it. I tentatively have 6 more interviews to do the next few weeks. And of course, taking on-site interviews, which if you're listening to the show and you're a content creator, message me, suburbansuppodcast@gmail.com. One girl was so sweet enough. She's like, I'd love to collab with you. And I had to say, well, I'm not a performer by any means, but I am a lover of humans. So, I mean, if you wanted to privately collab, we'll figure it out. But it's just... it's just everything's so big right now with Exxxotica coming around. And I just feel genuinely happy. I feel so good about the show, about our community. Side quest, sorry, I'm rambling. All the emotions, the feels. So yeah, we got the on-site interviews that's coming up too. What's probably going to happen is after the Exxxotica review episode, Papa's going to need a break. Papa's going to need at least a week off from the show, or maybe just some smaller segments. I'll probably put some exclusive stuff on Patreon. But yeah, Sammy's going to need a little break because this next month, burning the candle at all 4 ends, because 2 ends is boring. Any hozels. So about consent. Not consent, my God. You see, I get all frazzled up in my emotions and my feels, and being real with... Whenever I'm vulnerable with you girls, guys, theys, thems, it gets me off track. It's something I'm always working on, so it's a sign that I'm comfortable with you guys, girls, theys, thems, and that you really bring the real Sammy out of me. You make me feel comfortable and part of the community too, so it's a win-win situation, right? So let's go ahead. We're going to flip things around a little bit. We're going to bring on Emma Marie next. And my God, she is the dirtiest little Midwestern Milf you've ever seen. Please, please, please. Absolutely go follow them on Twitter X. The best. She does elegant, naughty... teasing pictures, and then the next thing you know, it's I got a facial for being a good girl, and I'm just I want to kiss you. Wow, it's so good, so good. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce and bring on in Emma Marie, our next Exxxotica Creator Crush segment. Enjoy.
Hotel lights and midnight plans, loud intentions, hold my hand. Take a seat right next to me. Those nasty thoughts, come set them free. One mic, no rest. Shoot your truth straight at my chest. Door shut, you're next. Let's welcome in our house guest.
Welcome, Slutties, to another segment of Exxxotica Creator Crush. This is where we shamelessly gush over an online creator we are absolutely crushing on, someone whose work, art, energy we just can't get enough of and fits right in with the vibe on our show. We bring them into our spotlight, shower them with love, and get to know the person behind the persona. Tonight, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the neighborhood and host Emma Marie. Emma Marie is your everyday Midwestern Milf, just showing the world her naughty side. Emma is also a featured guest and will be making her appearance at Exxxotica Chicago from April 10th through 12th at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. So if you want the selfies, the autographs, the electric in-person energy, head to exxxoticaexpo.com, grab your tickets before they are gone. And Emma, thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this. I know, spoiler alert, it's early on a Saturday. We are definitely morning people. That's what I'm just talking about. I'm like, yeah, I went to the gym this morning, had breakfast, like I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Most of my energy is in the morning, so
Oh, okay. So see, this timed out perfectly then, because 9 o'clock, I'd be like, Emma, what do you want?
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
go to bed early.
Same.
All right, so before we really get into it today, I like to warm up with a little round of what we call foreplay. Emma, do you consent and want to have a little fun with me before we start the interview?
I consent.
And consent is sexy and consent is key, my slutties. Always, always remember. All right, right off the bat, our favorite one. What is your favorite pizza topping combo?
Mm. I would say probably pineapple and ham. That's always my go-to.
Okay. So
But
you go the ham route, not the American bacon route.
right, exactly.
Okay.
The ham and pineapple. But I can't really eat pizza anymore. With
Oh
ever since
no.
I turned 30, I
Mm-hmm.
I can't have dairy or so sometimes I'll
Oh,
have some cheat days and I'll have pizza, but that's normally my go-to is pineapple and ham. So
nice, nice respect. Then, yeah, the body's always revolting the older you get. It's like you start realizing more stuff you can't do or you can't handle. It's like, oh, what the fuck, nature? Come on.
I know, right? I'm
Mhm.
like, I never thought I would have this issue. So
Right?
dairy, fried food, but on the positive end, that helps with keeping the weight off. So
Hey, see? Always see
yep,
the bright side of things.
exactly.
So for number two, what is the hottest thing or one of the hottest things anyone has ever said to you, whether it's in person, online, just something someone said and you were like, "Bo, that's the spot. That's the spot."
So I would it'd have to be in person. I'm more of an
Okay.
in-person thing. So when me and my husband are having sex, when he like owns like I'm very submissive. So when
Mm.
he tells me he owns that pussy, I don't know what it is, but I
Okay.
get so turned on knowing like this is his pussy and
Mm-hmm.
it just turns me on so bad. So
Oof, yeah, no, that gave me the tingles. The whole whose pussy is it? Whose pussy is it? Thank you. Yep. Can
yep.
totally relate to that one. Well, not pussy, well, you get the difference.
Right, exactly.
All right, so number three. So a sexy genie appears before you and wants to grant you three sexy themed wishes. So they're just gonna be sexy in idea at least. But to you, what would those wishes be?
So I've kind of gotten into the hot wife
Mm,
a little bit. So,
a little bit.
I'm very new to collabing. So me and my husband tried our first swap a couple weeks ago,
Just a
which
few weeks?
yes,
Wow, kudos.
thank you. But we
Hmm.
both loved it. So I really want to try to go to those lifestyle parties. So that's
Mm-hmm. Big fan.
definitely, I've heard so many good things about them. So really want to try that. Um, Another wish would be I'd love to have like a content studio. So
Okay.
like
That makes sense.
yeah, like multiple rooms with different themes and just keep it fun.
Oh, so you want a whole like studio, kind of like a multiple rooms and setups. You just pop in room to room.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Keep it different and fun. So that's something we're kind of working on in our spare bedroom, but
Mm.
I'd love to have like a studio where there's multiple rooms. Um, and the third one, I've been wanting to try to get into more lives. So I've looked into these live or love sense vibrators.
Yes.
Fans can kind of control the speed during the live with the vibrator. So that was something I really want to try. But yeah,
Yeah, Lovense is great. And for listeners, if anybody wants to buy Lovense, you go to the Suburban Slut Podcast link tree. There's the link for the $10 off coupon. So make sure to go check that out. Just
nice.
saying, that was a nice incidental, like, oh, let me just piggyback off this real quick.
Yeah, no, that worked out.
Yeah, teamwork. And of course, for the last question, we always like to end on a little honesty. What was the last thing you came to?
Thing. So I don't know if this is weird or not, but me and my husband, when we are done shooting,
Hmm.
we will, edit the videos and we both get so turned on by my videos. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, at probably our last video that we edited, we just both got turned on and got into it.
Yep. It's just like, no, pause the editing. We'll come back to this. I need you. Come here.
Exactly. And that happens quite a bit. So
See, that's the fun part of editing. When you're editing with someone's like, okay, round two, let's go. Where
exactly.
normally editing is like the fucking worst. You just sit here like, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm like, okay, cut that out, cut that out.
It is just so time consuming, but luckily I have a lot of help from him. He'll
Oh,
help
that's good.
with editing. But yeah, we enjoy it. So
Yeah, right
yeah.
on. Love it. All right, well, now that we've gotten a little bit of the foreplay out of the way, we can head on upstairs for the full interview now. So, of course, Emma, your online persona is, of course, Emma Marie. For the newcomers to your content, what are your kinks, specialties, and what do you do that makes fans come back for more?
So I am a MILF hot wife. So
True.
it's the hot wife is a new or newer persona for me.
Mm.
We kind of just got into that not too long ago. So, and it's a lot of fun. Um, but I do really love doing customs for fans.
Oh,
I love making, people's dream like fantasies come true. So
right.
customs are like something I absolutely love doing. And I have fans come back all the time for my customs. So yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say for people listening, absolutely go check out Emma on Twitter, Twitter X, whatever you want to say it. To pull the curtain, whatever you want to say. That's how I originally found you, as I saw you were going to Exxxotica. I'm like, oh, let me check out their content. And, truth be told, Emma, your ex Twitter is fucking ridiculously hot. I mean, I've even commented on some of your pictures. I'm like, you're a very big fan of like the facials, and you seem very a big fan of the cum, we shall say, right?
Exactly. Like I'm very submissive, so I love
Mm.
to please and I love getting facials.
Oh
That's
God,
one
yes.
of my favorites.
Girl, like finds like. That's what I always say. And yeah, the last one you posted, oh my God, I literally stopped me in my tracks. So, whew.
Well, there
Yes,
is more to come. So,
pun intended.
yes, exactly.
All right. So for someone new to your content, if you could only show them like a clip or 5 minutes of your content to understand your vibe, what would you pick and why?
Mm, I did a collab. Well, actually, one of my first collabs was with a Dom, uh,
Mm.
Jax Keen. He is amazing, but it just that scene was just so hot. I just
Oh,
got into my submissive role and he just took over and I loved every minute of that scene. But of course, in the end, I got my nice facial.
Of
So
course.
yeah, that was a hot scene. And my first collab too. So really like that.
Mm. And
Yeah.
where would that one be posted? Is that?
That is, so I actually found him on X, so I do have like
Oh.
little clips on there of that video, but I'm on everywhere. I'm on Fansly,
Mm-hmm.
and ManyVids, and loyal fans. I just opened that too. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
So yeah, so guys, girls, theys, thems, definitely go to the Twitter and the X and follow Emma Marie, just saying. So what was the moment for you when you realized, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it? And how did your content creator journey begin?
So it actually started, I feel like with a lot of people it started this way, but back in COVID days.
Mm-hmm.
So I also work full time for office jobs. So the
Oh,
time we weren't able to work from home, and everybody was, doing the online content creating. So me and my husband were like, well, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. So
right.
we started with OnlyFans and just making content that way. We did that for maybe a little less than a year. Once things started coming back, with the COVID, people were going back to work. And
Mm-hmm.
we just recently moved to Indiana about a year ago. And we were just like, we loved it back, when we did OnlyFans years ago. That was so much fun. So we decided, fuck it, let's try it again. Let's do it. Like, I mean, we don't really have
Right.
much going on here in Indiana. I mean, it's
It's
basically
Indiana.
cornfield and
Yeah.
nothing. So, but we just said, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. And I'm still a pretty new creator. I started back in July so of last year.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but ever since it's been so much fun. And I love it and he loves it. What husband wouldn't love videoing his wife and
I
making
mean,
videos?
yeah.
So
Wow. So it's kind of like you guys started, took the break, and then just, I kind of miss doing this. You want to start it back up, and you both just like, fuck yeah, let's go.
hell yeah. Yep. And
Love
then we
it.
both love, I mean, it's kind of like a bonding thing for us. And so
Okay.
we have a lot of fun with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Helps strengthen that connection there.
It really has. I never thought that that would help with, a marriage, but it's made us so much stronger. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to, I like to say it's a good way to test a relationship to see, how your connection really is, especially if you both love doing something and it's, making content and you both come out on the other end like, hey, we're both having a great time. I mean, boom, you find something out you never knew about your relationship.
Exactly. And that's exactly
Yeah,
how it worked out. So, yeah.
perfect. All right, so how much of your online persona is Emma Marie, or is it just you amplified with less boundaries? And to piggyback off that, when you log off, what sparks your joy, as they say, outside the creator world?
Well, I do. So outside of the creator world, like I said, I do work full time at an
Hmm.
office job. So the content creating is kind of a hobby for me. So outside of it, I mean, I'm normally just on the couch,
Hey,
my sweats, and hanging out with the hubby and my dog, and just spend time with family. I mean, that's really um, what I do outside of content creating. But I am a freak though, so there is that part too.
like I am a freak though, don't get me wrong, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to unplug and reconnect and still have those grounded, things with family, friends, dogs, of course.
Mhm. Exactly. So, yeah.
Nice. So, as a content creator, what's the most unexpected DM or email you've had come in? So, either something caught you off guard, something super weird, or just made you go like, "What the actual fuck?"
There's a lot of those. lot
You're like,
of
how much time do you have?
right. But I guess one that just stands out to me is the I get a lot of requests for humiliation and
Degradation. Oh, I'm not mad.
but I'm such a nice person. I'm such a sweet person, so it's so hard for me to be mean to someone.
Oh, I can see that.
I'm not and like I'm submissive, so I'm not very
Submissive and sweet is not normally like, get down on your knees, you worthless worm.
Mm,
Like, you would probably be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
yes, exactly. But I had a husband and wife reach out to me and she wanted to be the cook and wanted
Oh,
yeah, and that's a big thing too. But she wanted me to make fun of her and just say she's
oh,
worthless and I mean, I did it. I was proud of myself,
hey,
but
good on you.
it just that was definitely something that was hard for me to step out of my comfort
Yeah.
zone.
It didn't really do anything for you, but you were like, all right, if this is something you want, and it's just like, yeah, that's nothing for me.
Yeah, it didn't do much for me at all,
Yeah.
but they loved it and they came
Hey,
back for more. So, you
well, there you
know,
go.
that's
Clearly they liked it as well.
right. As long as they're happy, that I'm happy.
Yeah. No, I know we just had Painted Lady on who we were just speaking about as well. She is the one that educated me about cuck queening,
Mm,
where the lady just sits and enjoys and doesn't participate. It's more so just watching, so it's not like the degradation or anything, but just she sits there and enjoys herself watching. I was like, I love that term. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, and that's I haven't either. Like the last couple of months, I get like custom requests where
Hmm.
I'm like role playing that the wife or girlfriend's sitting there watching me with their husband. I get
Oh,
so many of those requests. So they are fun though. It is kind of fun.
yeah.
So
All right, all right. So
yeah.
now to swing it back the other way, can you share a fan interaction that really stuck with you, whether it made you feel really desired, appreciated, or deeply seen?
Mm, I think recently I got a message from a fan.
Hmm.
I try to interact with my fans and message them back and I try to build a connection with them.
Oh, good on you.
One fan was he used the term he was starstruck that I even
Oh,
messaged him back. And I mean, I'm a small creator, so and I'm very new to, you know, the content creating life. So that just it just made me feel so good that, you know, somebody was so excited that I messaged them and was starstruck.
exactly.
I love that. And I've actually gotten a couple of those recently that people are just
Nice.
surprised that I messaged them back. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm a small creator, but that's awesome. Thank you.
Right. No, that's an amazing way to build your community because a lot of, I mean, I'm not sure the exact number, but I know there's people out there where it's very transactional with their fans, where either, they have a huge following or whatever their status is. And normally to get a response from someone like Big, it's almost impossible. But,
Mhm.
taking that time and effort for a fan really does like mean the world to fans everywhere because it's like, oh my God, this person's actually talking to me. Holy shit.
Yes, and that makes me feel so good. I'm just like, you know, that they feel like that they've been acknowledged. And so,
Yeah, you made their fucking day. I mean, absolutely.
exactly. So I'm like,
Right.
awesome. I love that.
Love it. So now, speaking of fan interactions, of course, you're going to be at Chicago Exxxotica, April 10th through 12th. And so for you, is this your first time attending? What are you going to be doing there? And what are you most excited for?
So it is my first time attending. So
Oh, love it.
never been, so I have no idea what to expect, but I am very excited. I got a couple collabs set up,
Mm-hmm.
like we talked about, painted. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that probably be one of my most excited for. But I mean, I don't have a booth or anything, so I'm just walking around.
Okay.
Saturday. is when we'll be walking, I'm bringing my husband with me,
Oh
but
yeah,
I'll be walking around and try to meet some fans and other content creators. So I'm excited to network and just meet people.
exactly.
So, and the collabs, that's always fun.
Right. So are you going to be there for Friday or just like Saturday, Sunday?
We are going to get there Thursday night and then
Hmm.
leave Sunday.
Okay. So yeah, because Friday is, of course, Ladies Free Friday. That's my God. If you want to network, that's when it is packed in there.
Okay.
So that's a good time to go. And then, so your husband, so obviously he films content with you, and is he just, I hate using the word like stunt cock, but is he just more so like the penis in the videos, or is he full scene? Like, what's his deal with the content?
He's more like the stunt cock. He
Okay.
likes being called that. So,
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say there's not like a really other word I know of,
yeah.
and it's not like degrading by any means. I mean, I'm very compassionate and love to say
Mm.
nice things to support people, but yeah, I've always told people and friends like, yeah, if you ever need a stunt cock, hey, I'm here. That's just the name I know. So
Right, exactly. But
yeah,
yeah, and now that I've started collabing more, he he's gotten really good about videoing and getting pictures. So he
he
helps me
likes
with
to capture the moment with the
that. Yeah.
collabs. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
that's good because that's a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to make content. If you're, a solo content creator, where if you have your partner or even someone just there to be your cheerleader and your tech guy, like, hey, no, I'll do this. You focus on what you got to do. That's
Hmm.
amazing support.
Oh yeah, because all I have to do is focus on the content we're creating, and I know he's gonna get some good shit. So
He's going to get the angles. You're not turning around like, wait, no, get my other butt cheek. Nope. Yeah, God damn it.
exactly, because I
Yeah.
started out as a solo content creator.
Oh, okay.
That was tough. It took so
Yeah.
much time trying to, get the angles yourself, and then he was interested in, doing the facials and the blowjobs
Yeah.
and the sex scenes and
Oh,
even
no, a blowjob.
I know, right? Such a tough job for him.
Right.
But even just, us videotaping each other, you
Right.
know, it was tough. So having him there when I do collabs, it's a game changer. So
Oh, yeah. Big time, especially if they're supportive. They're just like, hey, I'm just here to support.
mhm.
That's awesome to have literally someone in your corner for stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got lucky with him.
There you go. Absolutely. So, with someone as a content creator, and especially someone that seems so genuinely sweet, how do you handle negativity or criticism that you come across while being a social media presence?
So at first that was really tough for me.
Hmm.
I didn't expect to get any negative feedback.
Right?
I mean, that wasn't my first, reaction was I'm going to get, a lot of negativity.
No,
But
no.
once I did, I feel like it's just a lot of haters out there and
Hmm.
jealousy. And so I just learned, don't listen to them. Keep doing what you're doing and keep making my fans happy and just ignore the haters.
There
That's
you
all you
go.
can do.
Yeah, no. And I hear a lot of people on the show always say, like, hey, they can say like nasty shit, mean shit, but in your mind, you can take it as, well, you took the time to reach out to me because I affected you that much. Well, thank you for the attention. And I hope you have a better day.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like took the time to say something nasty. Well, I must be doing something right then.
Right. There you go. See now, all right, we're on it. We're on it. So, with filming content, is there a scene or idea that you've just had in the back of your mind that someday I want to do this, I'm gonna do this, but just haven't been able to figure out how to make it happen yet?
I guess it takes me back to when I first started making content. Um, I'm not sure if you've heard of Indiana Milf.
Mm.
She's a pretty big content creator in Indiana, and I just have the biggest girl crush on her.
Oh, okay.
She's in Indiana, so I'm like, and I love girl on girl content. So
Mm-hmm.
I would absolutely love to shoot a scene with her. Um, that's something, I mean, we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
if it ever happens in the future, but that's kind of like my dream scene.
Right. No, I love that idea. Just there's a creator, you're like, fuck, I would give anything to connect and be like, I'm so happy to meet you. I don't know what to do now with my hands. Shit.
Right?
Get so
Exactly.
starstruck, like, fuck.
I would definitely be starstruck at first, but then once we got into it, oh yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
would
no. That
love.
freak side of Emma would come right out.
Oh yes, yes, she's so hot. So
So now, of course, with a husband, what is something you wish partners, lovers would understand about dating a spicy creator?
I would say, I mean, I guess I would just have to relate it to, my marriage.
Hmm.
And we are just so open with each other with, it's important to have communication.
Oh, fuck yes.
Content creator, I mean, if you don't communicate with each other, that's how you're going to start arguments because it's natural to get jealous or, you
It
know,
is.
but luckily he doesn't get jealous. He loves watching me get fucked. So I don't have that issue.
See, compassionate hubby, that definitely helps.
Yes. So, but yeah, just communication is huge. You need
Oh,
to
yeah.
be able to communicate with each other. And I mean, ever since we started this content creating, we are just like rock solid. I mean, we're doing great.
See? Yeah, I love that. And I always say, especially in relationships, my biggest thing is always, hey, closed mouths don't get fed. If you have a problem, if you have a request, as partners, like if you and me were partners, I would encourage you, anything comes up, come talk to me. If you had a scene you wanted to do or a person you wanted to play with, the worst case scenario is you will get a no, and that's it. But if you
Exactly.
don't ask, you're never going to know.
Right. And then I've always been really bad about communicating. So I've gotten so much better about it and we're able to just communicate like what we like, what we don't like. We've learned
Hmm.
so much about each other during this time and
Right.
it's just it's awesome. So
Strengthen the relationship, get to know each other better. I was going to say, because you seem someone that's very, from like our short conversation, I can tell you enjoy making people happy.
I
Because I
do.
mean, I absolutely feel that same way. So like finds like. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's hard when sometimes when you're such a people pleaser, you got to please yourself too.
That is so true. I am a big people pleaser and
You
sometimes I
are.
forget to please myself. So
See? There we
yes,
go. We're learning everything today. All right.
I know, right?
So now, of course, looking ahead to the next year, especially with the convention around the corner, and I'm sure it's going to give you such a boost. How do you see yourself evolving as both a creator and a performer over the next year? So, Exxxotica 27, we come back here again. How have you changed since then?
I also want to keep growing, get more seen out there. I just started collabing a couple months ago, so I want to keep collabing with
Hmm.
creators and just keep on growing. And maybe next year I come back to Exotica and have like my own booth.
Right?
This is kind of more like a trial for me to
Yeah.
Exotica, see what it's about, and then I'm sure I'm gonna love it. And then maybe come back next year, have my own booth, and be able to meet everyone.
Right. There you go. Absolutely. So now, before we wrap up, so I know you're really excited about coming to the convention. Is there, want to give you the space to mention like any collabs or anyone you're looking forward to meet or shout outs? Like, this is your stage, your microphone, whatever you want to say.
Well, I'm just really excited about Exotica coming up, and I can't believe it's only a couple of weeks from now.
Yeah,
Um,
this time 3 weeks from now.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll
so
be at Exotica 3 weeks from now.
right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, time flies.
But I'm very excited about collabing while I'm there and, maybe meeting people to be able to collab in the future. So I'm very open to that, meeting fans. And, we've talked before about Painted. I'm very excited to collab with her.
Mhm.
Um, she seems amazing. So. yeah, I'm just excited for everything coming soon.
That's amazing. Love it. So, Emma, I mean, what more can I say? You are an absolute delight, as I imagined, and I could not have asked for a better way to start my Saturday than with Emma Marie and getting to know each other. But before we wrap up our little session, of course, can you let our slutties know where they can find your content, support your work, keep up with everything you have going on, socials, whatnot? Go ahead and shout it from the soapbox.
Sure. Yeah. So you can find me on X. I'm at XX Emma Marie 1XX.
Hmm.
I also have Instagram, and that's XX Midwest Emma XX. And you can find my content on OnlyFans, Fansly, ManyVids, and then I just started Loyal Fans. So
Oh, that's right, right.
I'm everywhere. So you can find me there.
Love it. Well, Emma Marie, I appreciate your time. And don't forget, boys, girls, theys, thems, all my slutties. If you want your chance to meet Emma Marie in the flesh, she'll be at Exxxotica Chicago, April 10th through 12th. ExxxoticaExpo.com for grabbing your tickets before they're gone. Ladies Free Friday. And we both hope to see everyone there. So, again, Emma, thank you so much for sliding in this week. Stay safe and stay slutty.
Thank you so much.
What did I tell you? The naughtiest, most lovely sounding little Midwestern MILF, and she definitely has her freak side. So, but of course, you can follow her, the Twitter X that has the really good post, is XX Emma Marie 1XX. That's at the Twitter. And of course, the Instagram that is going to be, there we go, XX Midwest Emma XX. There you can find the link tree and all the other, for her socials, for loyal fans, only fans, everything. It's all there. Please go check her out. You will not be sorry. And again, wait until you see the special treat we have for you. Oh my God, you guys are gonna fucking love it. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, so now to piggyback off Emma Marie, I mean, I'd love to be on back of Emma Marie. I'd prefer her to be on top of me, like riding my face, but I will take Emma Marie anyway. Emma Marie will let me have her, so we'll just roll with that. Now for the segment about lifestyle cliques, I'm going to give a little prelude and just a little conversation. And then we're just going to jump into the interview with Jay and Sexy Vee. And spoiler alert, Sexy Vee, oh my God, even on cam, just an interview, so fucking hot. And Jay just, dapper gentleman. Big fan. So let's go ahead and jump in. So what I wanted to say about cliques, first off, let me get the glasses off and get comfortable here. So let's talk about the thing nobody wants to admit. Something that exists in the lifestyle built on openness, and it's cliques. Because if swinging was truly a free-for-all, nobody would be standing by the snack table wondering why the same 5 couples always end up behind the same closed door. We love to say the lifestyle is welcoming, inclusive, sex positive. But then you show up excited, vulnerable, freshly shaved, emotionally open, and suddenly you're back in high school. Except the cheerleaders are naked and the popular kids own the dungeon. Some cliques are about safety, trust, and community, and that part does matter. Do not get it twisted. That's super important. But some cliques, well, they're about power, access. Who's hot enough or cool enough, quiet enough, kinky enough, connected enough? They make the decisions. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Cliques don't just decide who gets invited to play. They decide who feels desirable, who feels seen, and who quietly goes home wondering what they did wrong. Tonight we're pulling back the curtain on the velvet rope. That's conflicting. I know. Tonight we're pulling back the curtain and removing the velvet rope. There we go. We're talking about how cliques form, who hooking up with the right people has benefits, and how exclusion can wear a smile and call itself preference. No shaming, no naming names, just honesty. Because if this lifestyle is really about freedom, consent, and connection, then we have to ask ourselves whether we're building community or just recreating the same social hierarchies, just with better lighting, fewer clothes. So let's get uncomfortable and let's go ahead and dive in. Jay, Sexy Vee from the Bang Bang Pineapple Gang podcast, and let's talk about cliques. Welcome back, Slutties. So tonight we have kind of a special edition for a segment of the show. I've been teasing about how we were going to be talking about lifestyle cliques, the ins, the outs, what do they look like, their functions. And I am very pleased and beyond honored to have joined me tonight, Jay and the Sexy Vee from Bang Bang Pineapple Gang podcast. How's it going?
I'm good.
It's great. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I figure between the three of us, we have our own experiences and time in the lifestyle and have been around it. So I'm sure we all probably have some great information and stories to share on this type of topic.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely have a lot of personal experience of
Mm-hmm.
cliques and just the outward appearance of them when you first get in the
Yes.
lifestyle.
Very well said. Well, here, we'll just go ahead and jump right in. So I know a lot of people always wonder what cliques actually look like. So for me, I don't think most cliques form because anyone's plotting in a corner like a mustached villain. Keyword most. There are some that operate that way, let's be honest. But most of the time, they form around access, around host, around the people who control the space. So if you're the one throwing the party, you decide who feels welcome and who doesn't. So, Jay, have you seen that dynamic in the lifestyle, and what do cliques actually look like from where you're standing?
I will say that the when you brought up about the host being like the central of the clique, if you were to say they were a clique, because everyone gravitates to them anyway. But I don't know, really. We started out in the lifestyle and went to our first hotel party, and we just watched everyone, and you could definitely tell that there were general cliques, within the place.
Right.
What we thought were cliques at the time.
Yeah. Obviously, when you go into a new situation, people are going to know each other just from going to parties together, whether they hang out of the lifestyle or whether it's just in the lifestyle. And as newbies walking in and not knowing any of that, it did seem kind of clicky, and not even necessarily just from the host, just kind of overall. Because it's just kind of uncomfortable going up to meet new people. So we did think it was kind of clicky initially when we first got into the lifestyle. But I think over time you kind of realize that's not necessarily how it is, because like you said, they're not plotting in the corner, like over there talking shit about you, trying to sabotage you or anything like that. It's more just like, oh, they're hanging out because they're comfortable. That's just what they do when they go to parties. People just gravitate towards each other for whatever reasons, and that's perfectly fine and acceptable. But it's just a matter of trying not to judge it first before you go in.
We were super judgy on it being clicky when we first went to these parties. We're on the outside looking in, and it's like, damn. I'm like, how do we get into that? And do we really want to get into this whole clique?
Like, do we belong here? That kind of thing. But I also,
hard.
It is hard, but I can also see, the hosts of the parties. Yeah, they're kind of seen as the gatekeeper, so who are they going to let in? Obviously, they have control of that. So you're definitely going to have people who gravitate towards them and think that they're going to maybe get, I don't want to say like special privileges, but they're going to kind of feed off those
VIP
benefits of knowing those
access.
people. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like getting the in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know from parties I've been to, I mean, like you said, when you walk in that first time, it's beyond stressful and
It
it's
is.
intimidating in a way because you
Yep.
don't know anyone, or you might know like a few people. But I
Right.
remember my ex and I, when we went to our first few house parties, like you would see those circles kind of over there, like, I want to
Yep.
go over there and talk to them, but they don't seem very open, or it's hard to
Right.
read them. And that's just,
Exactly.
those first time nerves. Cause I've personally have never gone up to a group and be like, hey guys, how's it going? And they were like, nah, fuck off, get away from, no, no, shoo shoo.
Right. Yeah.
But that's how it
Luckily,
looks.
everyone's, very friendly, even when you go up to them, even if they're not interested. Everyone can be very
Yeah.
friendly and socialize. So yeah, we've never had incidents like that where
No, no,
people
no.
are very rude. And I think a lot of it is just getting over our nerves of approaching new people
Mm.
and, kind of inserting ourselves in there and just putting yourself out there, ultimately. And that can be nerve-wracking for people.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of times they don't know what to expect when they go to parties. They have, kind of what they think from maybe movies or what they see online or not really knowing it's just a bunch of people with like-minded interests, just
Yeah.
all in one spot. And they just
Yeah. We,
happen to like to fuck.
right. We love pineapples and we love to fuck. What can we say? That's what the lifestyle is
Exactly.
pretty much. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, of course, at these parties, and I know there's the thing, and I just learned this term recently while doing my research, the hot couple gravity. I was like,
Okay.
interesting. Okay. And it's basically how people orbit desirability and get pulled in by natural attraction to that hot couple. So you
Mhm.
walk in and you see, every party, there's that one group that, not the group, but there's a couple that looks like, I use the term peacocks. Like they're gorgeous,
Mhm.
fit. Like they just walked on from a movie set. And it's like,
Right, yeah.
holy fuck.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like they're out of my league type thing. Yeah.
Yes, I
Yep.
personally have had that experience so many times. It's like, oh, they're out of my league. Like I would
Yes.
see Jay be like, nope, he's too handsome and dorky. So no, out of my league. Just go
No,
away. I'm gonna go this way.
and then a lot of those times, it's a completely irrelevant. I mean, it's not irrelevant because 'cause you're feeling it, but that's not the case of how it is.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it's totally natural to feel that way.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. With the hot couple, I don't have the guts to go up to the hot couple and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Mm-mm. Nope.
yeah,
No way, no way.
Fuck that.
right. It's intimidating, so
But on the other hand, we've had couples come up to us, after a few parties or whatever we've been to together, and they're like, "You know what? We thought you guys were unapproachable."
right, we get that
Not
a lot.
because of the
See?
podcast, but
Yeah.
the V, and they're like, we can't approach that.
No.
So so it is kind of weird because I do, I don't feel like we put out that intimidating vibe, but I can
Oh
see
God,
how that
no.
can be intimidating. But yeah, once they, get to talking to us, they realize we're just regular people too. And
Yeah, and
Just
especially with our local group here, we're pretty much in with our local group with like
oh yeah.
the people that throw the parties and stuff like that. So then they think that we're part of that clique now, and
Oh yeah.
we're not cool enough to go and talk to.
oh,
And
right. And
and
that's not the case at
yeah,
all.
and then
So
when the podcast really got cooking and everybody knew who we were, then it's like, oh shit, they are really unattainable.
Right? It's like, nope, I listen to them on Apple Podcasts. Nope. If I ever see them at an event, nope, can't say it. I'll just from afar be like, hi.
Yeah, no, and we want people to come up and say hi to us, and we
Oh
do get
yeah.
emails, and messages afterwards like, "Oh, yeah, we saw you there, but, we were afraid to come and say hi," and
Yep.
5 or 10 DMs right after our party saying, we saw you guys and we wanted to come up and say hi, but we're
yeah.
too scared.
Even
Then
at
why the fuck
Exxxotica,
didn't you? Yeah.
Right.
Exactly, exactly, and I understand sometimes you feel awkward when people are chatting at a party, you don't wanna just go up and interrupt sometimes,
Right. Just
and
kind of insert
sometimes
yourself like, hi guys. Like, oh,
right,
you were
like,
mid
"What you guys
conversation.
doing?"
Oh fuck.
Right? Because what if they're trying to, build on something, maybe trying to get something going and you just kinda go up and insert yourself, so kinda have to, yeah, be cognizant of that too sometimes.
Verbally insert yourself just to make sure everyone's clear. But that type of party, the pre-party.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, I know. So, with my experience, there's also the I like to refer to as the quiet invite lists that live in DMs that only the select are privy to. So, like, especially with Facebook groups, I mean, that's probably
Mhm.
the biggest one I can think of, where like
Okay.
there's the group, there's the Facebook group, but then there's also this special side chat where it's like, oh, well, Frank invited me into this special part of the group chat that I wasn't aware
Right.
about. And so, have you had much experience with those where it's like, hey, come over to this private chat? It's just for, the cool kids, they'll say, quote unquote.
Well, we must not be the cool kids because we don't get pulled over to those kind of chats.
Okay.
Typically like the chats that we get brought over are like, let's say an event's coming up, then they'll
Mhm.
create an event chat.
Right.
Yeah.
But as of like maybe there's like 5 or 6 couples that are like, all right, let's invite V and J into this chat. We don't get that.
Oh,
Whether it
okay.
goes back to the prior item that we were talking about, where we're too intimidating for them to bring into the chat or whatever. So
Yeah, I don't yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not really privy to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course there are going to be, when you are in a group of, 100 people, let's say, you're going to have the people that really gravitate towards each other, and they do hang
Right.
out and do outside things outside of the lifestyle. So yeah, you will have, those kinds of things, but I wouldn't necessarily call it like real clicky like that from what we've
True.
experienced personally. Now, I'm not saying that's not out there because I'm sure it totally is.
Right.
Um, right. Have you
No.
experienced that at all?
Yeah. So, whenever we used to join like a new group, you would always see like there's that couple, like, if I saw you guys in a group, I was like, oh my God, they're awesome. I want to get to know them. And then I saw
Right.
pictures of you with like another couple on like a side quest, as I would call it. Like, oh my God, they hang out outside. How do I get part of that group? And again, with
Oh,
like when you're
okay.
joining a new group, it's like, dude, they're probably friends outside of the group, and that's why they're
Right.
hanging out. But yeah,
Right.
when you see those pictures, it's like, fuck, I want to get in with that group. How? And it's
Like
not
I'm
even really a
missing
group.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know around here, a lot of the people, because there's not really a lot of, like, hotel takeovers during the summer because a lot of,
Nope.
the people, they go up north a little bit and they do, like, the whole camping thing,
Oh
and
yeah.
there's, like, house parties and yeah, so you're gonna have those groups of people that are able to do that, like, we're not able to do that, we have young kids, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
like we
I
can
feel
go
you.
and enjoy, that kind of thing, so I guess it really depends on your availability as well. We're always invited to things and people always invite other people to other events.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a matter of availability as well.
big time. Yeah, we've had like our own private event, maybe, because we have like a awesome Red Room Airbnb here in
Oh
town.
yes, I know
Mhm.
of the Red
Talk
Room.
about the
Oh.
show.
Yep.
And we've invited a couple of couples to come, to the house because it's limited anyway.
Mostly
Oh
shoot
yeah.
content
Yeah,
with. Yeah.
to shoot content and stuff with.
Right.
But as for going out anywhere else, we typically don't just go and hang out with like lifestyle couples. We don't even have like real friends that we hang out with,
Right.
Well
outside of
well, we don't really have a lot of time for
yeah.
that,
Well,
I
that
have a
too.
10-year-old
Yeah.
son, so, I'm mom all the time, and then when we do have free adult time, then we can go out and, enjoy that, so yeah, the
Yeah.
availability is real hard too for some
Yeah,
couples, so
like you see, like the boating pictures and stuff like he's talking
right,
Yep.
about.
yep.
It's
You're
like,
like,
man,
"Damn, I'm
like
missing
man,
out."
I wish I could have gone on
Yeah,
that.
Right. I don't have a
so
boat. What
so
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah, exactly.
Like I'm missing out on a big chunk of the lifestyle by not having a boat. Because they always go to like the chain of lakes and everything.
Like around here, yeah, locally, yeah, with all the lakes and like the summer things that they
Yeah.
do. So, but I think you'll get that with any kind of group of people you hang out with, not
True.
necessarily just the lifestyle. Um, but I can see how it does look outside to people looking in. It does seem very clicky
Yeah, and
because
that's
I
funny
have
you
that
brought
too.
up the boat because I remember there was a couple we used to play with years ago and they had a boat.
Okay.
Shit you not. Every time they wanted to get together, oh, we're going to take the boat up. Do you want to come with? And we're like, boat's fun, but we can't have sex on the boat. We can't do the fun stuff on the boat. It's a big, busy. I forget which lake in Wisconsin they went to, but it was like
Right.
an hour
It depends
drive
where you yeah.
there, then
Yep.
an hour drive back. And by the time we got back to their place, it was just like, I'm good for
Too
like
late
maybe
for
20
playtime.
minutes. Yeah, because then I still
Right.
have to drive home. But yeah, those boat
Exactly.
people are fucking serious.
Yeah, they are. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so another topic here. So safety versus exclusion. So this one thing I think gets really complicated here is that not every circle is a bad thing. Like we've already been talking about. Sometimes it's
Right.
just they're friends, they have that
Right.
bond already.
Yep.
But some groups do form around trust, around people who've played together before, around vetting and safety. And so that part makes sense to me. But where do you think the line is between protecting a space and gatekeeping it?
I'll defer to you on on this.
Um, I think in the lifestyle when people find good places to go, for example, or like an event or
Hmm.
something like that, um, yeah, they do want to bring in new people, but they are also protective to a point because they don't
True.
want to just bring in the random person off the street. So I can see where the vetting comes in, and it can seem like gatekeeping. But I also think it is kind of for a safety thing. Um,
Hmm.
because safety is very important. You want to make sure the right people are there.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you don't want to be at a party and be like, "Oh fuck, what's up with that guy? Stay away. Let's just go home. Fuck it. Let's just go home. Let's call it a night."
exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, if it's an awesome place to be, why not share it? I think gatekeeping
Right.
something fun is kind of silly, but I also understand you don't want to just invite everybody. So you do have to be careful, especially within the lifestyle scenes. It's not like we have a lot of clubs around here, but
Nope.
um yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, you want to make sure that everyone feels safe and comfortable, and you don't want anybody to have a shitty experience
Oh God,
because you
no.
did bring in someone that maybe you read wrong or yeah, was in the wrong spot and got the invite.
Right.
And they were, and they crash it. So,
Hmm.
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I've been a part of some groups where I know they have vetting processes. I know Friends Night Out, there one over here in Aurora that I am kind of a part of.
Mhm.
And whenever it's a single gentleman, they put it up like you have this little questionnaire you fill out and they put it up to the group and people actually vote. So this way,
Oh,
if
they
there's
do.
anything negative, you can say it anonymously, or if there's anything positive, you can also say it anonymously instead of just like if you guys were at a party and go, "Hey, I vouch for Sammy," and I show up and I'm an asshole, it falls
Right.
back on you.
Then we're
This
gonna
way
look
it's
like shit.
right.
Absolutely.
This way it's
Right.
anonymous. So if you do recommend someone, it's a whole separate process. It keeps the people separate. So I really like that. But I have
Yes.
seen with some groups where like especially in the group chats, it always comes back to the Facebook group chats, I swear, where like
Yeah.
someone applied for a party and they got turned down and they were all pissy about it. And they're like, well, why can't
Yeah.
I come? Why was I turned down? It's like, do you really want to have this conversation in the group chat, brother?
In the group chat. Right.
Because you're just proving your point.
Yeah, for one.
Yes,
And
exactly.
for two, I understand, yeah, definitely, like, when single guys get invited to parties, I think the whole limit in the vetting thing is very important because you don't
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
just have because, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people on the outside think, we live the life, right? We're just there fucking everybody.
Yep.
And so they want in, and they want in on that, and it can't be the wrong person, you know what I mean?
No.
And so that vetting process is great because I've never seen it where they actually have, like, the group go on there and vet
No,
it,
no,
though.
I know, like,
Usually it's, like, the
yeah,
host.
Right.
JSN host determines
Right,
for single
right.
males.
But I do like that, kind of outsourcing the vetting process because if one couple had a bad experience with them for whatever reason, how would we know about that if they keep it to themselves? So
True.
I think that is very important because, yeah, you wanna have a safe place to play, in, like, private parties and events like that. So
Yeah, I think for gatekeeping, I haven't really seen that personally, but I can picture it in my mind. Like, if, let's say, the hot couple that has, the clique around them,
mhm.
maybe they don't like you, or maybe you posted something on Facebook where they were like, "Oh my God, did you see what fucking Jay posted? He's a ah." And then
Yeah.
that case would be the gatekeeping.
Right.
Like, I only post funny memes in my hot girl. Come on. What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, I've never seen that person, but I feel like that's where the gatekeeping would come in. And, you know, luckily, never seen it personally, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I take it always as a precaution, as more as people being protective to those groups, because especially like groups in the area like JRs, they are a solid group of people and they have a
Yes,
good
they're well
reputation.
established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and and the thing is with the whole, like, I'll post something like on Twitter or something, X, wherever you want to call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to a hotel takeover this weekend, and the DMs just fill up with single guys. Oh, where's the invite? Where's the invite? How can
Right.
I get there?
Oh
How can I
my
get there? I'm
God.
like,
I
I'm like,
can't even
dude.
imagine.
Right.
I'm like, it's not even the thing.
Yeah, and they don't allow single guys at their party.
I JR's.
Yeah, JRs.
Doesn't allow
They
single
don't
No,
do
guys.
the single
most.
guy thing. So it's all
y-
just couples, which is great. So yeah, and I can understand where the single guys who do get rejected, I guess if you want to call it that, they could get butthurt and then be like,
Yeah.
well, why don't, what is it about me? But they also have to understand those single guys spots are very limited for one.
Yes.
They're only going to allow so many people in. So they're going to kind of take the best of the best people that are vetted. So,
And they're gonna pay premium to do it too.
yeah, oh yeah, they definitely pay a
Oh
premium to
yeah.
be there.
God, that's a whole nother. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's for another show.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so I'm trying to think. So I think this one still kind of ties in. So at what point does the safety start looking like elitism? Should it be based on, see, I think, yeah, this one just kind of looped in. So I feel like I kind of repeated the same question. So
Yeah, kinda
yeah,
touch
we'll
base
just
on
skip
that.
that one. But I
Okay.
know we've been talking heavily about the newbie experience already. So
Right.
the first party feeling. So most of us remember it. You walk in hyper aware of everything. Like I'm a person that
Oh,
when I
yeah.
walk in, like I don't know if it's the tism, the OCD, or what, but every little detail of the room, I'm like taking everything in. You're smiling, you're being friendly, trying not to hover, but you want to read the room.
Right.
So in these scenarios, I'm trying to think. So even when you're doing everything right, you can still feel invisible. So do you think the
Absolutely.
click dynamics unintentionally discourage respectful newcomers?
I highly agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, even us going in there, of course you're gonna have the people that know each other but it still feels very clicky and yeah,
Hmm.
it was and I think when we left, I'm like, "Man, that was like"
It was intimidating.
it was very intimidating.
And
Yeah.
what's really crazy is that, once we got with the whole, our local group JRs, and you got to get in, and it's like, all right,
Hmm.
let's branch out to other groups. We went to a JSN group,
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was like that
JSN.
whole new feel. It was like that whole feeling all over again.
Right, yeah,
Right.
it was
It's like, should we even be here?
right, it felt totally, out of place because, that dynamic is totally different than, like, the JR's dynamic,
True.
just like the groups of people and the type of people there, and
So it's like you're starting a whole
you're
new
starting
circle all
all
over
over.
again.
Yeah, you're starting all over, and then but it can be discouraging, so I can see how people maybe go to a party and they're like, "I'm never doing that again because that was
Yes.
horrible."
I have heard those
And
stories. And
yes.
for me, it's hard because I can see both sides because, like we said, there's people that already know each other, they're hanging out in a group. So I feel like
Yep,
it's more of an unintentional
Oh, very
it
because
is.
for those groups, it's not really up to them to kind of open up the circle and be like, hey, new people, come on over here.
Of
Where
course.
I've been to some parties where it's like, they do like the host or, the star of the party. Like it's,
Mhm.
Mr. Sammy's bye party night. And then I'm kind of the
Right,
host. That's different because in that aspect, they encourage you, like the host, the actual host that put the party together,
yeah,
encourage you to be like, hey, make sure you say hi to everyone. Check in,
right,
start small conversations like, hey, is this your first time? Oh my God, to make
right,
sure they feel welcome to where, like, as for, you know, quote unquote, the clicks, like, yeah, I don't put that on them to, be welcoming to everyone because especially if they're
right.
not the host, it's
It's
not
not
up
their
to them to do that.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it is really nice though, because there are couples that will take the time to go up to newbies and introduce themselves and
Mm-hmm.
make them feel comfortable. And, we tried to do that a lot too, because we were newbies and we felt really awkward and we know how it is. So
Oh
we'll go up
yeah.
to newbies and, say hi, introduce ourselves. And talk to them a little bit and hopefully break the ice a little bit and make it more comfortable so they can maybe branch out a little more.
Since a couple weeks ago, there was a local meet and greet here, and a new couple came in, and they were just kind of sitting towards the side,
Oh yeah.
and no one was coming up to them or anything. So I'm like, and I felt out of place because V wasn't there anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I went and started talking to them, and I didn't want them to get scared that the random single guy,
Right.
Right, the creepy guy. Yeah.
the creepy old guy was coming up and talking to them.
Yep, I
But
know that feeling.
and then once other people saw me talking to them, then other people came over. I'm like, hey, come over here and check out so and so here.
Yeah.
And then they started talking, and then I could walk away, and then
They're still chatting with
they're still
people.
chatting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you were like you initiated that whole thing and then brought in other people and like, hey, my work here is done.
Yeah. And I do
Yes.
like some of the party hosts that will have new people come in and they take the time to kind of talk to them and figure out their dynamic, and then they
True.
will introduce them to couples that are maybe into that same dynamic. I'm like, "Hey, why don't you talk
See?
to these people because, they'd be great," or, and we've had that happen a lot too. So, that's really nice.
Like a few people bring people towards us, and they're like, hey, I think you guys would fit in really good with J
Right.
and V.
What they're looking
They're
for.
looking
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost
But I
kind
can't
of like a newbie matchmaker, like, oh, you guys are into
a little
this.
bit.
Jay likes this. Let me bring them over here. Like, hey guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, it's not a responsibility of anybody to do
No,
that,
no,
but
no.
it is nice when people take the time, especially when they've been in those shoes and they do it because they understand how crappy
True.
that can feel sometimes.
Yeah, because it took till our like third hotel takeover to actually feel comfortable, like talking to people, coming up to people
Really?
ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too is because people they've played together before, so when you see them interact, they're more touchy-feely, they're more
True.
physical, and then you're kinda like, "Oh, how do I get that?" You
Yeah.
know?
You're like, I
And
want the touches. Touch me.
right, but it's still kinda hard because it's like, how do you even bring it up? So, like, how do you get to that point
Yeah.
sometimes? So yeah, it can be awkward, but I think a lot of it is just pushing through the awkwardness and not letting things discourage you to the point where you don't try it again. Let's say at one party something doesn't work. You should hopefully try again because not all parties are going to be the same. So,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when we first started going to parties, like, as all of us as veterans, like we know that stuff now. But yes, I definitely remember like when me and my partner started going to our first house parties, we
Mhm.
literally like it was someone's house, they had catering and stuff. This was years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Feeling old all of a sudden. But like yeah, we just went there and watched and people would constantly ask her like, "Hey, Tish, do you want to come play with us?" Like, "Oh, are you gonna play? Are you gonna?" And we would just sit there in the corner, like touching each other, like, "No, we're good. We're
Right.
still awkward and new."
Right.
Yeah, so I think
And
we
that's
didn't
okay
even.
too.
Yeah, I don't think we played. Shit, I'm trying to think. It might have been the fifth or sixth party we went to. We didn't do anything until
Yeah,
then. I was
and
like,
I think yep, just taking it all in,
yeah, it takes
and,
time to get
we
that
didn't play
comfort.
it does, and I don't think we played until our 3rd party,
Yep.
and one thing that I didn't even realize is that, like, the JRs, they do the wristband thing, and they had a
Yes,
wristband for not playing. I'm like, "Oh, people come to parties and they don't play?"
right? You're like, what the
Like
fuck?
yeah, like, oh, that's the thing, like, obviously, there's people that just like to watch, just like to be in the environment,
Very true.
and, you don't realize that, so it's like, a lot of people think, "Okay, if I go to a party, do I have to play?" You
Mm,
don't have to, you can have a plan if you wanna play, but, let's say nothing happens, you don't feel obligated to
Yeah,
play.
yeah. Don't feel like you have to go to a party to fuck.
Right.
you know,
no.
Yeah, people can go just to take it in, and see if they wanna continue going and
Right.
make it
Get
a
that
thing in their life.
voyeurism ticket punch, like,
Exactly.
that was so fun for me. Okay, let's go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had some conversations with some people that were scared to come to these things, thinking that once they walked in the door, everyone was fucking everyone.
Right. And like like consent wasn't a thing, like people see in movies or, just kind of what they envision when they hear like orgy room or something like that. Like thinking just because you're in the orgy room, you're giving consent. Well, that's not necessarily the case.
Nope.
People will still always ask you for consent, even if you are in the orgy room.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that. So I think that scares them away too.
Yeah. You still get the polite tap in the orgy rooms I've been in, at least. They're like, hey, do you mind? I'm like, nope, just come on in.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. No, everyone's been very respectful in that regard.
Yeah.
So it's not like, because I was talking to a gentleman over the weekend and he was saying, I was really nervous like when, my wife would walk in, like all these guys would just be all over her and I'd have to be like fighting these guys off. And he's like, it wasn't like that at all. I'm like, no, it's not like that at all.
I mean, she was a smoke show.
Oh, absolutely. But
yeah, like I could see that happening.
One of those guys,
but no, I mean actually like physically touching her like without consent. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another thing we have, so power and social currency. So for this one, it's one thing people don't always talk about is that everyone walks into these spaces with different social currency. Some people control invites, some people control rooms, the group chats, the after parties, and those things all carry influence. So from your perspective, who tends to hold the most power in lifestyle spaces?
I guess it'd probably be the host or the people that have access to the locations. I think with our area, there's no clubs. So it's not like people go meet up at a club and, do whatever they want to do. You need to have a location, whether it's a hotel or whether it's a house or another type of venue.
Yeah.
So I think from our perspective, it would be like the host would have the
definitely.
power in that situation.
Definitely the host and like the most vetted people, that have been around those parties for a while.
Right. They know.
They have the party room. You go to these hotel takeovers and that's the party room. And it's like you poke your head in, and everyone's usually pretty good with bringing you in.
Yeah.
But then, you hear later on that night, it's like, oh yeah, we had like a 10-person orgy. I'm like, why wasn't I invited?
Oh yeah. Where was I?
I like orgies.
Right. But I think a lot of those things too just happen in the heat of the moment and it's not like they're trying to leave people out. Just from our personal experience. Now, maybe that's not the case because, we don't hear the talk on the other end, but I think just from experience, that's not our personal experience.
Yeah. I was going to say for this one, yeah, I know the hosts do carry some definitely. And I know I had to think about this one because I was trying to think of, you read the question and you're thinking of like this overlord that's like, no, you, yes, you.
Right.
But I personally have never seen that, at least myself, I've never seen it. But I think it's just more so if you have access to where to find those groups and parties, because you can't just jump on Facebook and be like, okay, I need a orgy group in Hebron, Illinois. What do I got?
Exactly.
No, you have to know the groups. You have to know how to find the access to those things because it's a day and age where it's not, you can't really just Google it.
It's a little taboo, yeah. And unfortunately, even these days, it's still taboo to be a swinger. And
yeah, it's still this week I found out that there's another like get together group here in the Rockford area that I've never even heard about, and I've been in lifestyle for over 15 years.
Yeah, apparently it's like what a monthly thing.
Yeah, a monthly thing that's hosted it. They take over like
one of the hotels.
The hotels take over like a top level of it, and they have fuck parties, and it's like, come, I've never heard.
Right? Yeah. So I think it is a matter of who you know. Because a lot of it isn't just advertised on the local what's going on in Rockford or what's going on in wherever you're at on that local webpage. Right.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you'll see stuff on FET, but it's not like that's the place to go to find events. So
yeah, I didn't even think about that. That probably is the best. And FET, I mean, I have a FET. I do enjoy it. For me, there's some disconnect where it's just so hard for me to use it. If I don't know people, like trying to search and find stuff outside of events, no fucking
Yes.
idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find people, I guess, more like what you're looking for. But I do know that a lot of people will post events on Fed. That's a spot.
Notice more and more. I've been getting invites to like different places now
Oh,
through that.
Through Fed.
I
Yeah.
click on it, it's like, oh, you've been invited to this.
Yeah.
I'm like, ignore it, ignore it, ignore
A
it.
lot of them are, yeah,
ignore,
not
ignore, ignore.
local.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I'm like, I'm not going down to Georgia for that.
Yeah.
No,
Thanks for
no,
the
no.
invite,
We're
but
we're
kind of far away.
realistic swingers, E&M people. It's like it's gotta be within a decent drive. Like I'm not driving
Absolutely.
multiple states for sex. Sorry.
Right.
No, no.
Yeah, no. And, some of these couples that we meet, they're traveling all over,
Yes,
and
I
the
know a few.
lifestyle is very expensive. Like the Bliss cruises, all
Oh
the
fuck.
resorts, all the crazy, like I know they have them in Florida and then in Mexico and
Yeah.
Jamaica. And we've never been to anything like that because, I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to drop a pretty penny on that.
Right.
Not only that, but you also pay the swinger tax on top of it. Not it's not really what they call it, but like
Oh yeah.
you pay a premium, an extra $1,000 a person, for example.
Mm-hmm.
From a couple we were talking to in a cruise that they paid for. They're like, yeah, we did basically the same cruise. Before it was a vanilla cruise, and now we do the swinger bliss cruise, and it's a thousand
Right.
dollars more for the exact same
Just
thing.
happy mops and
Yeah, more cleaning and yeah.
Yeah. I know I've seen some
But
of those. Like I forget one of the groups had one in Vegas recently, or at least I think it might have been a few months ago. And I looked at
okay.
it and I was just like, I would love to go, but holy fuck, that price tag was
Yep. Turn off. Big turn off.
the lifestyle can be very expensive.
Very, yep. I mean, just hotels alone,
Yeah.
people don't realize just a nice hotel room, just to even have a party or a place to go, that's pricey.
group that comes to Chicago like twice a year. It's called Play Champagne. And if you
Yes.
look at the prices on those, it's crazy.
We did the
The
Halloween takeover and it fucking hurt. It hurt my bank account. I
I'm
mean,
sure
it
it
was a
did.
great, it was a
I was gonna
great,
say, how was
amazing
it?
weekend. That's where the orgy
Yeah,
room was and the blackout
yep,
room. Like it was a great time. But yeah, that's one of those things like maybe once a year, maybe. I'm
right,
not budgeting that 3, 6 times a year where I know couples
right.
where they're very invested in lifestyle and they're doing shit every month.
I
And I'm
know, at
like,
least,
good on
yep,
you. I just can't
right,
afford
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I can't yep,
I was
same
talking to
here.
people last night, and she's like, "Yeah, this is our third event in 4 weeks," and I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, and even a local, takeover, I mean, you're talking hundreds of
Oh,
dollars
yeah.
and
Like
Oh
this
yeah.
weekend was probably I dropped probably about $400 or $500
Yeah.
right.
for the entire
Easy.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, Exxxotica, and then, because that's what, an hour away, so, like, the further you get, obviously, the more it gets, but
Right.
it is very expensive, and then a lot of people don't realize, all these parties have themes, and it's
Yes.
really
Oh.
yeah, you gotta get all the theme
Decorate.
stuff and the decorations.
You have like party favors or anything like
Right.
that. Like we do buttons and stickers and stuff, and I'll
Yeah,
theme it out to whatever the theme is.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah,
So,
and
we're
those
kinda
hotel
extra like that.
takeovers, yeah, the decorating alone, because we did the Halloween one. So of course,
Yep,
the
yep,
lights, the webs, the everything. I was just like,
yeah,
this is, and most of it we threw away afterwards. I was like, well, I'm not going to really store this for next time. And it's,
right, yeah.
oh, oh
Yeah, it's
man.
crazy. We have a lot of stuff, and it's funny because we have multiple back and forth to the car with all the shit that we have, all the
Oh
bins we
yeah.
have. We bring all the podcast shit and all the lingerie and all the toys, and people are like, "Wow, you guys bring a lot of shit." We're like, "Yeah, we do."
Yeah. Gotta be prepared. I get it.
But yeah, gotta be prepared. So,
Yeah. And so I know one part I want to touch on this, which I think Jay, you can definitely relate to, is so a lot of times things like race, age, body type, queerness can affect access. So even in sex
mm,
positive environments. For me, this happened once, and I'm not going to name the club because it's not how we roll, but
yeah.
they said constantly, like, we're very open, we're very accepting. whoever you are, whoever you play with, whatever, come play at our place.
You're welcome.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and we went to this one, and I remember there was a guy I was very attracted to. We started kissing, making out, started to get heavy, and I looked and I could not count how many fucking yuck eyes we were getting. And the second I saw them, like,
Really?
hey buddy, I'm good. And I just like
Wow.
awkwardly went downstairs, and I genuinely was upset because they had touted being so inclusive to everybody.
Right.
And the second you actually try to play with the same gender or something that's out of the norm, whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
it was just suddenly ick. And I was like, fuck, this sucks.
That's really shitty. Now, was it like the employees there, or was it the guests, the people that were
It
attending
was the
with you that
guest.
were
Yeah.
the guests? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have dealt with that because, being a bi couple,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, yeah, they don't like that, for whatever reason. And I mean, I guess we really haven't been in like a club like that where it's been
Yeah.
out in the open for us to personally
Oh, okay.
experience. But even at parties, there are couples that probably won't even approach us because he is bi. And the other gentleman of the couple, he's not into that. And
Mm-hmm. Been
not
there.
realizing like, hey, there is a line here just because
Right.
he's
You're not gonna catch the vibe because you're
right,
in the same room with
Right.
right.
It's
And
not
it's
like
not
we're
like you
legally abided to fuck each other, suck each other's dicks. Just, hey, if that's not your vibe,
exactly.
cool. We can still hang and be cool.
Right. Or we could still be in a threesome and do things and
Or
not have
foursome.
to do things with each other.
Or he's like, "Yo, buddy, don't look at my dick." I'm like, "You're looking at my dick, fucking your wife."
Yeah.
Right. Like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, going back to like our first like few hotel takeovers, because they do have a wristband for bi people, and
The
Oh,
JR's parties, yeah.
Jared's party,
nice.
and so people know that you bi. And the first few parties we went to, I'm like, I can't get the bi bracelet.
Yeah, he wasn't comfortable wearing the bi bracelet because
Yeah.
guys were not wearing the bi bracelet, it was just for the females.
But I would constantly
Oh,
get guys coming up to me and being like, you know what, I'm bi. They don't have a bi bracelet,
Right.
but they're also afraid to put on the bi bracelet. So uh, I would say
yeah.
probably about 4 or 5 parties in, I said fuck it and got the bi bracelet, and I started a trend. So
Yeah, there's a lot more
Really
guys that feel comfortable enough to put on the purple bracelet, which is the bi bracelet at the JR's parties. And it is
nice.
really cool to see guys that still are maybe a little uncomfortable to announce it to the whole group because unfortunately there is still a stigma with,
Mm-hmm.
the male bisexuality. It's also like expected with women, right? But with the guys, like, oh my God, what are you doing? Which is, yeah. But
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's
just
good
lost
that
my
you
train of
put
thought
it
there.
on. And then that way, people that aren't comfortable or out, because I mean, it took me years to get
Right?
where I'm at now. We're like, I don't give a fuck. Most of these people I'm never gonna
Right?
see again. So what
yeah,
what do I
Exactly.
that's what I
care?
told.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once I got to that point where I was like, you know what? If they don't want to play with us because I'm bi, not saying I have to play bi,
Right.
but they don't want to play with us because I'm bi, I'm like, well, they just weeded themselves out. We won't want to play with them anyway.
It's like a filter,
Yeah.
if they're
See?
gonna be that close-minded about it, then, hey, you just saved us the time that we don't have to waste because
Right.
we're not gonna click anyways. So,
Yeah.
but but it is nice to see the other guys come up and be like, hey, you gave me some confidence to wear the purple bracelet.
See? There you go,
So,
Jay Rocket.
yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
been seeing more and more
Yeah.
bi bracelets on guys.
And I will say over the years, it has been, more open.
Yeah,
I mean, not that I really see a lot of bi play at the parties,
True.
um, but it is people are feeling more comfortable to express it
yeah,
and to have it out in the open and not hide it.
yeah.
So,
We were at a JSN party, and they have at JSN parties they have like a open room where they had like 4
Oh,
beds, and
yeah.
everyone, you could go in there and fuck.
just like a public
This is
playroom.
like a public playroom,
Mhm.
and I was blown away by the first time. seeing byplay.
Yeah, that
Guys
was
are
the
playing
first
in there,
time.
and
Yep.
I'm like,
Really?
"Fuck yeah!" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Right on, guys."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Can I join?"
Like,
I'm too scared to ask to join.
But yeah, I guess that was the only party where we did see the byplay out in the open like that. So hopefully
yeah,
one
and
day there'll be a time where it's accepted and people don't,
true.
give
You know
everybody the
what?
mogo
And
eye.
the thing is, they were doing byplay. Everyone was still doing their own shit everywhere else, and not
There
batting
you
an
go.
eye.
Right. Yeah. So
I know, and it's funny too, because like every partner I've had, when it comes up to guys, they've always told me like, two guys making out is hot. Two
yeah,
guys playing with each other is hot. Two guys going on and down on each other
it's
is
hot.
hot. So people, like a lot of female partners, are very, very into it. So that's I'm like, yeah, I'm your guy. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep.
The show. Look at that shit.
Yep. So
So now for this part, so when belonging becomes valuable in a space, it can also become leverage. So for this, have you ever seen situations where someone said yes because they were afraid of losing access to a group or community? Or were you ever in a situation yourself where it's like, I normally wouldn't, but okay, let's just, there are this people in the group. I want to get along with them. So I'll just go along with the flow.
take one for the team kind of
Yep.
thing. We haven't personally experienced anything like that. Um, that I can think of. I was trying to think like, no.
Because like harking back to the bi bracelet. If you
Hmm.
didn't want to fuck with us because we're bi, then that's weeding
Yeah.
yourself out. If we're not, we don't want to try to fit in with you. If we're not gonna try to put the proverbial square peg into the round hole just to uh, appease.
Right. But I can see how people would do that though.
Hmm.
Especially if they get close to like the host and feeling like they're kind of like the VIP. They may, yeah, they may feel sometimes, in a situation like that. And I think it sucks. I don't think people should put themselves in any
No,
situation like
no, no,
that. You
no.
don't want to do it, don't do it, regardless of
Enthusiastic consent.
absolutely. So, yeah, luckily we haven't been in a position like that. So,
Mm.
and we won't like even when we won't take one for the team. So
No.
if there's a person that he's interested in, I'm maybe not feeling like, it's just
Yeah, yeah, I'll give her the but
eh,
I'm cool.
Right. You're not like, come on, V. That's what I was thinking.
right.
I
Like,
mean, that was my personal experience too, was unfortunately when you're first starting out in the lifestyle, the open communication is hard. And it's kind of more of like
yeah.
performative consent, where there was at least twice where my partner at the time on the car ride home was like, yeah, I didn't really want to have sex with him. I'm like, what? Why didn't you say
Oh,
something? Because they
right.
felt pressured. And it's like, fuck. That's why I always say communication is so fucking key. Cause
Absolutely.
I would have been like, oh, okay. And
Yeah,
they're like,
we'll be done
yeah,
then. We don't have
yeah,
to do this.
yeah,
And
performative consent. I'm like, no, icky. No, no, no.
yeah, and I think a lot of people unfortunately probably put themselves in those scenarios or do things they maybe don't want to do
Hmm.
um because yeah, whatever their reasons are and yeah, that's kind of sad because yeah, you want to be 100% enthusiastic about
Right.
whatever you're doing or the person that you're with, you want them to be, as enthusiastic as you. Otherwise it just makes it weird.
Yeah. And I know sometimes it can be hard to really have the freedom to say no in those environments, especially like if it's, pressure, it's the hot couple or whatever it is. But I mean, yeah, I just always try and tell people from my perspective, like, hey, you can say no. It's okay. You don't ever
Yep.
have to go like, hey, these five people are going to go do this. Do you want to do it? Well, my partner really wants to do it, but I'm kind of like, eh. Like, you're more than welcome to say, like, hey, not for me, but if you want to go
Yeah.
do it, go ahead. I don't mind watching. Like, I am
Right.
very compassionate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, if that's your dynamic or if, you're a couple and one person's not into it, then the other part of the couple should respect that and,
Hmm.
just end it.
Yeah.
Um
The the whole conversation. You have to have these conversations before you go to these parties.
Right.
Yes.
Open communication, and a lot of people that just get into the swing, don't do that. They miss that step, and then by their first party, uh, the female or
Problems come up.
has an issue,
Yeah.
you know, then they're out of the lifestyle. I've gotten multiple emails from people, from guys
Mm.
saying, "Oh, we went to a party. She wasn't into it, but I still want to be in the lifestyle." I'm like, "Well,
Oh,
she's not into
God.
it. Guess what, buddy?
Yep.
You're not."
You're not in it either.
No. Or you get like
Um,
those DMs where it's like, oh, my wife doesn't know her. Oh, she's cool with it. All right, can I hear it from them?
yep.
Oh, where'd you go?
Exactly. Yeah. Let me
Oh,
speak to your wife. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We get a lot of that too. And yeah, we don't want any drama. I don't need
No.
anybody's significant other coming over and starting shit. Like, no, we don't need any of that. Um, so yeah, I think communication is definitely number one.
Yeah.
So people need
Oh,
to
for
make
sure.
sure they
If
communicate
there was a
what
class,
they want.
if there was a class for swinging, there's some professionals out there that say they are professionals at swinging.
Yeah.
I won't get into that. Get
Oh,
into
no.
that. But rule number one is communication. Rule number two is communication.
Yeah,
Number three is communication.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's hard for a lot of people, especially if they get in the lifestyle for the wrong reasons. Maybe they get
True.
in the lifestyle because they're trying to fix their relationship, thinking it's going to spice it
Oh,
up.
fuck. This will save my
That kind of
marriage.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't.
And it's like, dude, like if you guys can't communicate in real life about regular shit, like you guys are not going to be able to be successful in the swinger lifestyle if you can't communicate.
Right. Yeah, it's
So,
like if you're having trouble just you two and you want to add three or a third or even a third and a fourth person, no,
right?
that's not going to fix
Yeah.
anything.
No, not at all. So when we meet people, we obviously want to try to make sure they're not in a crazy dynamic like that. So,
Yeah.
we're just here to have
Regardless
fun.
how
Ultimately,
hot you are, it's
that's
like,
what it
yeah, if you
is.
don't have your shit together, I'm gonna wait till you do. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I know so with the environment, a lot of people, it's very easy for them to feel iced out.
Right.
And kind of circling back to what we're talking about, like my advice to them is just like, hey, the worst you can get is a no. And I know that's
Absolutely.
easier said than done. It took me
It
years
is.
of practice. Like,
Oh, yeah.
to be honest with you guys, just over the past year is the first time, and I'm 45, that I asked people for their phone numbers at the gym.
Oh,
I took my
okay.
shot twice. I didn't care. I was just like, they're really beautiful. They're really attractive. And I even said, like, hey, I hate to be that guy, but you're very
Right.
attractive. You want to go get coffee and a donut sometime? If
Right.
not, totally okay.
It does take a lot of confidence to get to that point
Yeah.
of putting yourself out there to be rejected. And it does
Especially at a
suck when
party.
you are rejected, especially at a
Mm-hmm.
party. And I will say, kind of going back to what we were talking about, there are times where, when I do say no, I do feel bad because I
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
hurt anybody's feelings and I don't want to make it awkward. And, maybe because I don't want to fuck you doesn't mean I don't necessarily want to talk to you or be friendly with
Right.
you.
But the
But
second
then
people
maybe
get
in their
shut
mind, they're like,
down,
oh, exactly. Like, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. I got
nope.
denied. So, yeah. So I've been there too,
And I've said it over and over and over again that if you get a no from one person, guess what? At these parties, there's like 200 other couples there.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Just move on to the next.
Yeah. Try not to get discouraged because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea for one thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just have to try to, put it behind you and just move on and not let it ruin your time.
Right. And sometimes it can even be a positive. If you go up to the first person and they say no, cool, you got that out of the way. You're used to it now. You had the experience. You didn't
Exactly.
die. You didn't,
Exactly. Yep.
get
You didn't
publicly
die.
embarrassed in front of everyone. Try
Right.
again.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the thing. It's ultimately a numbers game. There's so many people out there. You just have to put yourself out there.
Right.
If you want to be successful, because if you turn off the game the first time you say no, then yeah, you're not you're not
Yeah.
gonna get anywhere.
That's one big thing I struggle with is the fear of rejection. And so
Really?
that's what, yeah, that's what stops me a lot from going up to someone, even
Oh.
approaching them.
Yeah, it was funny. We were just talking about on our podcast today.
Mhm.
Yesterday he was in the playroom. I was sleeping. It was on Friday night. So I let him go out and play,
Right.
and you came across somebody and you asked to play and they said no at the time.
Yep.
And oh, it was
Mm.
the orgy room or something. And you felt that it was rejection.
Yep.
And
So
you told
I crawled back to our room and jumped on the bed with her. I'm like, they said no.
Yeah, he
They
comes back
said
and he's like,
no.
he's telling me about it, and he's like, but because she was watching her husband at the time, because I think he was
Yeah, getting flogged.
getting flogged, and I was like, that's
Mm.
not rejection, that's just her being in a situation at the time,
Right.
and he felt it was being, because obviously it's fear of rejection. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? The first time I step out and actually was like, hey,
right,
Right.
come
They're
on.
like, nope. Oh,
right.
fuck.
So he got really discouraged. I'm like, yeah, but that's not, I know it feels shitty and I know it feels like it's rejection, but I think that was just the wrong scenario. And sure enough,
Yeah.
the next day they got together.
Yep.
So
So there you go. Yeah.
it
The
wasn't rejection,
timing,
the
especially with
timing.
scenarios, it's a tricky, pun aside, it's a tricky scenario trying to get
It is,
into an already going scenario.
right?
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But especially like
Yep.
in the orgy room, that's where I found the most success is people can be in such a hypersexual, just that atmosphere. And people are like, can we join in? And we've been the hosts of
Yeah.
like an orgy bed before. And it's like, yep, come on in.
Okay.
You're fucking,
Yeah.
there's plenty to go around. And it's those
Yeah,
fucking air
exactly.
mattresses.
Oh, we were just talking about that too. They're the worst.
But there were 6 of us on there. I'm like, how is this thing not popping?
Popping for one, and then
Yeah.
all the movement from all 6 people, you have everyone going up and down, and
Right.
it's hard.
I'll
Yeah.
orgy room. She was on an air mattress.
Yeah.
She's like, never again.
Yeah, I'm like, we need to
Yeah.
make sure we're
You'll
on a
get
regular
bucked
bed.
right the fuck off that thing.
Yep. But I guess it's better than the floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know we kind of went all over here. I know it's very, when you start talking about like lifestyle events and everything, it's very easy just to start talking about everything because that's just how
Yeah.
it goes, really.
Welcome to the Bang Bang Pineapple Gang world. We don't stay on topic for nothing.
Right.
Well, I think it all kind of blends together too. There's a lot
Yeah.
of pieces that, fit to put the whole scenario, the scene together, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, I mean, when it comes down to it, like if this was what was it, Jerry Springer's final thoughts, right? Back in the
Right.
day. Here's my final thoughts.
Right.
You
Yep.
know, it's kind of a whole negative to look at it as a clique. Like I get past experiences and stuff, but it's more easier if you just go, hey, those are people that know each other already. They don't know me. I
Exactly.
don't know them. It's nothing personal. And
Yep.
then just again, try like say hi, obviously try to read the room and be like, and they're talking about a very specific conversation or kind of wait until you have more of an opening.
Right.
Just take your shot. Just go, hey, I'm Sammy. Saw you guys across the room. How's it going?
Yeah.
That's it. It's not like people with fucking varsity jackets or, girls with pom poms, depending on the theme night. It might be like a
Right. It
Halloween
could
theme or sport theme.
be.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's not as bad as people say. Like we've all said already, it's just those first time nerves and just, put
It
yourself
is.
out there.
Yep. And, talking about it, I was like, with your questions you sent over and we were going
Hmm.
over them, and it's like it can be or feel very clicky at first, but I think now that we see it, it's more just people know each other, they're
Yeah,
hanging out because they're comfortable with each other, and they are open to new people, so it's you do have to put yourself out there.
And
right.
it's, being comfortable in the lifestyle is huge. And once you get into
Mhm.
that comfortable zone, you know, it might be hard to let other people into your comfort zone.
Yeah. And like you said too, I think also it's, that fear of rejection, but that's gonna happen. Sometimes you're not gonna vibe. It might be an
Of course.
attraction thing. And again, it is what it is. You take
Right.
your shot,
Yeah.
you say no, okay.
Yep. You just move on. Yeah, the worst they're going to say is no. And yeah, you might feel a certain way for a minute, but you
Right.
have to try to realize, okay, it's not like a personal thing. I need to take it real personally. Just move on because,
Exactly.
yeah. So I think to give people advice is just be patient, and you do have to put yourself out there. And I think that's obviously one of the hardest things for us because we are kind of socially awkward, even though we do have a podcast and we do put ourselves out there. But in public scenarios,
We get
yeah, get
purchased.
that anxiety. And
Oh yeah.
so it can be very hard. And we definitely have lived it, but you just have to continue to do it. And you will get to a spot where you are comfortable, and you will find your group of people,
Yeah, I can
you
Oh
talk
know.
yeah.
a
You will
big game.
find your tribe.
Absolutely.
Talk a big game behind a microphone, but when I come face to face with you, I become a puss.
It's a little different. Yeah.
All right. Well, hell, well, that was amazing. But speaking of face to face, I know we almost got to bring up the obvious. We're all going to Exotica. You guys are going to be
Yeah.
there Friday, Saturday, Sunday this year, or all 3 days?
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be there Friday and Saturday. Sunday we pack up and head home in the morning
Oh
typically.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll be there Friday and Saturday. Um,
That's what kind of prevented us from getting our own booth, because we want to be there to have it open
for
on
that third day. Yeah, it'd just be
Yeah.
an empty booth. And
I know.
it's a lot of money for a booth too. And also
Yes, it
too,
is.
I personally hate to be tied down the whole entire event
In
because
that
I want to
way.
go walk around and mingle and check it all out. And what if I want to go to the room and hang out for a few minutes or rest? If you're stuck in a booth all day long, that makes it a little difficult. So
So luckily enough, this year at Exotica, we have a couple of companies that we've been working
Mm-hmm.
with on our show, have given us time slots for their table for like little mini meet and greets.
Oh, see, that's
yeah.
fucking genius. Mini meet and
Yep.
greets.
Absolutely. So we'll be I think what Cassidy is letting us have a couple slots, and
Mm-hmm.
then STD Hero is the new company that we're working with
Oh
at-home testing
yeah.
kits.
I just heard that on the
So
show. I'm like, good. Okay. Like
yeah,
them.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So figured that's the perfect spot to, I mean, obviously it's important to have in the lifestyle to
Oh
be
yes.
safe. I know a lot of people don't like going to the doctor, so the at-home kits make it
Nope.
very convenient. So
Yeah, and
So it was like a perfect fit. I'm like, why not? So
also not being tied down to a booth, it gives her more opportunities to do collabs for like
Yes.
her OnlyFans.
yeah,
So
no, that's very true. So
we just listened to Painted Lady that was on your
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
she's got a collab lined up with her, and
Yep.
that's at like 1 o'clock, and the exhibit starts at 1 o'clock. So we probably won't be getting in until like
A
3.
little
And
later, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, we like to just go and experience it and not like
Yeah.
work the whole time.
No, that's
So what
awesome.
about
And
you?
yeah.
What's your plan?
So I'm gonna be roaming around mostly. I know, and again, I've said it before. Jay was the one that helped me figure out how to get into Exotica for media because I asked him. It was last year, I think, like
Okay.
January or so last year. I was
Hmm.
like, "Hey, I know you guys have this big podcast, and I'm just this little minnow swimming around, but like, how do you get into Exotica?" And Jay sent me the email, told me everything to do. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
like I was shocked I got
easier
such a
than you thought,
response."
right?
See,
Yeah.
and I
and
know,
Exotica is really open to have like that kind of free promotion for their stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. And this year, I know they're starting that new. Have you read up on the Spark community they're doing this year?
No,
No, I haven't.
So it's a new initiative, and I think it's actually like in the center of the map this year.
Okay.
It's a queer LGBTQIA plus like community area.
Oh, okay.
So it's focused on, people gay, bi, trans, whatever. It's the rainbow inclusive, I like to say.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm
No,
eager
that's
to check
exciting.
that out for sure. Because,
Yeah.
you
and
can
that's
walk around and Exotica, and other people have said this before too, it comes off as a very like straight male, bi female, like atypical. This is the kind of scene. But no, we're all up in Exotica now. And now that they're
yeah,
giving
No,
us
that's
that space, that's going to be really fucking cool.
yeah,
that's
that's awesome.
cool about Exotica. You have in one corner you got your dungeon people, your
Hmm.
BDSM, community. You have us. We have a lifestyle
The
community.
swinger,
Yes.
yeah, the
They got a
lifestyles.
section for the lifestyle stuff. Then they got like the
The actual
girls,
right.
and the
Porn stars. Yeah.
porn stars.
So yeah, it's nice because Exxxotica is bringing so many walks of life
They do.
together, under the umbrella of sex work, I guess, if you want to call it that,
We
or
like
just,
sex.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it's awesome. It's really fun to walk around and just, we were talking about just seeing all the different types of people that show up,
Mhm.
It's eye candy.
Yep.
Wherever you look, it's
Yep.
nothing but eye candy. And
Oh,
this
yeah.
will be our fourth or fifth year going, and
Mhm.
I look forward to it every year just because it's so freeing. And a lot of lifestyle people reach out to us, and it's like, oh, Exotica, how's that
Mhm.
for swinger stuff? I'm like, for one, it's not like a swinger takeover or anything.
Yeah, it's not a
No,
swinger
no.
event.
It's not like a swinger event, but you can go and you see a lot of hot people. You
Mhm.
can experience a lot of things that you probably have never experienced before,
True.
within like BDSM or,
Yeah.
I love the strip, the pole dancing shows. And
Yep.
Yeah.
last year they had the chick got hung up by hooks off of her back.
Yeah, she did the
Yes. Oh, I was so
suspensions.
mad I
Yeah.
missed that. Yep.
Oh, it was so cool. Yeah. I was really
Yeah, and I know
stoked to see that
there's
she was doing that.
I think
So,
does Cassidy still do the couples VIPX package where like they had a special after party just for lifestyle people?
Yeah, they have it's actually the one year we went to it.
mhm.
It was in the host hotel
Yes.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, they still have that going on.
Mhm.
That we went to it the first year, and yeah, it was nice. They had like a couple girls on poles in there, and
Oh yeah.
it was kind of like a mingle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
like
was a
that.
lot
It's
of
for
fun. I really
everyone
look forward
under
to
the
it.
sex umbrella. That's how we'll put it.
Exactly. Yep. Absolutely. The umbrella
Yeah,
of
well,
sex.
fuck yeah. Well, again, you guys, thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you for coming on and talking about this. And we will abso-fucking-lutely see you guys in a few weeks at Exotica.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on. And yeah, I look forward to meeting you in person.
You gotta
All
return the
right.
favor. You gotta be on our show.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Amen. You just tell me when and where, and I will show up gladly with bells.
All right. Sounds good.
All
Well,
right. We'll
thank
see you
you.
then. I don't think tonight was about calling anyone out. I think it was about calling something in. Because cliques, they're not new. They exist in every space. Vanilla, kink, queer, straight, lifestyle, hell, probably at your local PTA meetings too. Fucking Barbara. But in spaces like ours, where we talk about freedom, connection, ethical non-monogamy, all the pretty shiny words we like to wrap ourselves in, they hit a little different. They land a little deeper. Because this is supposed to be the place where you finally get to show up as yourself and be wanted for it. And when that doesn't happen, when the room feels closed instead of open, it fucking sucks. But I don't think the answer is pretending cliques don't exist, and I don't think the answer is burning them down either. Because some of those cliques, they're built on trust, on honesty, on safety, and again, that part does matter. I think the real question, the one I'm sitting with after this conversation, is what kind of energy are we bringing into the rooms we walk into? Are we creating space or quietly controlling it? Are we choosing connection or just chasing comfort? And if you've ever been the person on the outside looking in, feeling invisible, questioning yourself, doing that little mental spiral on the drive home that we're all so famous and love about ourselves after a party, first of all, hi. You're not alone. Second, that feeling, it doesn't mean you're not desirable. It doesn't mean you don't belong. It might just mean you haven't found your people yet. Because this lifestyle at its best isn't about getting into every room. It's about finding the one where you can finally exhale. And if you are the one of those, getting low, choked up here, sorry. And if you are one of the people holding the invite list, running the party, curating the vibe, just remember people don't always remember what happens in a room, but they always remember how it felt to be let in or left out. So maybe the goal isn't to eliminate cliques. Maybe it's to build spaces where they don't feel like walls. Just circles with a little more room in them. Thanks for listening to our section on cliques. So yeah, that was, we went kind of all over, and I told J and V both, thank you for that. I had a structure, and in my mind, my OCD, like, had the step-by-step thing we were going to walk through, but it, conversation happens, and I'm not one to control conversation. I flow with it instead, because then it's just more natural and easy. My final thought on cliques, and it's something we didn't really touch on, but I'm just going to bring up the obvious. In most lifestyle parties, there are cliques. There's the hot couple, and there's the people around the hot couple. They're almost always together. And, those are the cliques that made me want to research this topic more, because they absolutely do control who gets played with, who doesn't. They're the ones that, unfortunately spread information, share information. They can make you very unwanted if they don't like you or if you've wronged them. And I've seen that happen before where, again, we're not going to name names. That's not how we do on the show. But there was someone in a former group we were in, and someone made a comment about them and their constant posting, because those people that post every single day, multiple times a day, and they made a comment about them, and that person basically blacklisted them from the group. And it was horrible to see. And yeah, I've said it before, guys, girls, theys, thems. I'm 45. I'm going on 46. I don't fucking care what people think. I'm too old for that shit. And if that's what you want to bring to an environment that's supposed to be inclusive and welcoming, if you want to be the popular girl or popular boy that everyone flocks to, and you control the sacred space of your little space inside that open community, then, do it. Whatever fucking makes you happy. It's sad, but if that's what you want, go for it. But leave the other people alone. Like, you don't have any right to shame someone or blacklist someone. Like, that's not up to you. And again, I felt really bad for that girl when that happened a few years ago. And that's what kind of turned me and Tish off at the time from that, unnamed couple, where it's just like, wow, you're one of those people that like to play those games. And, you'll hear from anyone in the lifestyle, I don't want any drama. I don't. It's fucking annoying. I'm too old for that shit. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to connect. And then those same people that say they hate drama sometimes are the ones that turn their back to you and start the drama. So yes, it's very, very annoying. I hope this segment really opens some eyes, especially to hosts and, those people that are in those cliques. Like, you don't have to include everyone into your circle, but you can sure as fuck make people feel a little bit more welcomed. That's all I got to say on that. Well, this was an episode. We, a lot of coverage, a lot of things covered in this episode. So, I am going to go eat my delicious tacos I made. If anybody would want some, shoot me an email. I'll invite you over for tacos with Sammy. What was the thing we said before? Slutty time with Sammy? I don't know. I'm going to go back and listen to it because I'm going to name that segment for Exxxotica. So yes, as always, yeah, let's work on being a better community. I think that's what I really want to come from this episode. Like, let's be more inclusive. Let's make people feel welcome. And just remember how you felt your first time going to a party. Know what I mean? Well, my slutties, it's come to that time again. We've had our fun for the evening. It's time to clean up. It's time to wipe up. Throw the dirties in the laundry. Don't worry about that stuff. I'm going to take care of it. Make sure you have everything before you leave. And please make sure to text me when you get home. I want to make sure you got home safe after our fun evening together. And yes, as always, excuse me, I'm so sorry. This was a little bit of an emotional episode. I'm sorry, I'm a little choked up. Okay, pull it together, Sammy, let's go. And as always, please come back anytime. I will leave a light on for you and maybe even the door unlocked. Remember, pleasure is personal, consent is sexy, and curiosity keeps it fun. We'll see you next week. Stay safe. Stay slutty. Mwah.
No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.